we're here for a little bit. You know, queer a little bit, just a little bit. A bit more on the neutral side tonight. We got the hair down, we got the beard on, we got everything going the way that needs to be here technically. May fortune find you, spring's premonitions. You gotta log in every day for the 17 days, and you get things if you. Serene Moonlight Nights. You will receive 5 pieces of mail. Ooh, ooh, Flash Memory Hunt. New camera is ready for field testing, but it's timid operate. Oh yeah, that's right. I never liked doing the camera run. You know, the camera thing never really worked out for me, so it just doesn't work.
So probably not gonna fuck with that right now because it's just going to, piss me off a little bit.
Yeah, go over that way so I can claim that. I didn't buy the BP thing just yet either, so like that's not a thing that happened. Oh, I also need to bring this down real quick because it's gotta be up in my face.
We gotta do all that.
We got some fragile websins. That's also something we needed to do. Then we have mail.
You got mail.
Which is my Hoyleverse mail. And then that means we might actually have one action, or we got 2 pulls already right off the bat. 1 pull, nothing. It's just a Raven's pull. A second pull. Can we get a second thing? Could we please get a second thing? We get nothing. We got a debate club. I technically have enough to do more polls, but I'm not gonna do that tonight. No, not at all. Tonight, we're just gonna be just chilling. We're just gonna be chilling like a villain, just doing things like this. It's gonna be fun. I will probably be, if anything, going back and doing the main Archon quest because, like, I really gotta catch up to where everything else is because I am now technically, like, a couple behind. I think. Just a little bit. Like, I'm here for a very oh, wait, shit. It's 6,000 miles away.
Well, fuck. I did not know it was there.
I'm just gonna go here. I think I already maxed this one out. Yes, I did. I did max this one out. Oh, shit. Not completed. Oh, shit. Didn't complete all that right there. I thought I completed it, but I forgot I did technically complete this section right here. Let me actually go back right here so I can come back to the clink, clink, crumb, cocky so I can clink, clink, clonk, clonk all over the place. I gotta do this real quick because I got a lot of it. Construct that right there. That's what I need right now. I don't know what it was telling me to do. Rewards!
I go 50 prims and a key. You have a more ability to, explore this area.
And then I can get these right here, which is gonna be kind of good. But that's good. So we got those claimed as well, but I need 70%, so I need 2% more exploration in this isle. And then everything will be okay. I have enough of everything else, but like I just haven't explored this area enough to be able to, be told that yeah, you got everything you need, man. Oh shit. Is this what I think? Shit, we gotta go talk to him. We gotta go talk to him. Right now. Food merchant. Nuts and bolts food merchant.
Samples have been collected and encased in low-temperature vessels. 2 layers, 1 metal, 1 ceramic, ready to be shipped tonight.
Take them to the Flower Feather clan via express ship. From there, get them on priority shipping using the courier's Blue Bolt service. Once they reach the northern edge of the Children of Echoes, transfer them to another boat that'll go east and arrive at Elong Wharf through a special customs checkpoint. Speed is of the essence.
Okay.
A combination of Plan B3 and Plan C2, then. Uh-huh. It's the Traveler. How did you do that? It's like you just appeared right there without even making the slightest noise.
Because Paimon's not here.
Don't be nervous. Just treat her like she's your boss. Interesting timing.
I'll leave you to it then. Miss Yelan,
Okay, well, thank you. Goodbye. I don't know who you are.
They're plant and mineral samples containing Kuvaki. I'm sending them back to Liua for the Ministry of Civil Affairs to analyze. Nothing escapes you.
And
There are
secret.
also some pictures relating to the Fatui among these samples.
Fatui.
These show their research facilities, their current weaponry, and the distribution of their camps.
It would make
Leo
sense
is
that
a
she
long
also
way
wants
from
that.
Cry, but it never hurts to be prepared.
I'm trying to fix something as well real quick because everything is stupid. Everything is stupid. Everything is not really cool when you're part of the team. Everything is
It's one of
stupid.
the reasons dealing with her always requires a lot of preparation.
Never?
Have you ever heard of the Northern Intelligence Network? It's essentially a forum for but you can find well-connected. Nefer currently represents this northern. If intel was all they sold, that would be one thing. But it's said the network has spies planted in every region, and that they're always, in no small part thanks to the efforts of my colleagues. The network's tendrils have been unable to take hold in Liyue. It
Good.
doesn't matter if they send official representatives or smuggle in. I imagine that we must be one of the very other factors notwithstanding. I'm a valuable customer. Well done for picking up on my phrasing. Up until now, all of my dealings with the network have been of a personal nature. The ministry has nothing to do with it. Of course. Let's just say I have lots of Mora.
Mora.
Lots and lots of
What did she
Mora.
say? Oh, snake.
More than enough to
Snitties.
influence dear Lady Nefer.
That's probably one that could have been clipped because it's just like, ooh, snitties. Out of
With someone
context, out of
like her,
pocket.
It's important to remain vigilant. If you ever see us together, chances are we're conducting business. If you have any trust in me at all, then cover your ears and stay out of it. Anyway, that's enough chit.
Goodbye. I love that she's in that dress and just
Oh,
now stays
and
in it.
Traveler, before I go, if you don't mind me saying, you may wish to return to Liyue for a cup of tea. Even if stray winds blow, the mountains of Liyue should shield you while you drink.
What does she mean by that? What does she mean by going back to Liyue? Why must we go back? Oh, shit. Yeah, I have not gone that way yet. That's probably gonna be other things that I gotta do. What up, Jorge? How you doing, dude? What is supposed to be in Liyue? She said something about going back to Liyue, which I don't fluff and see anything. The mountains of Liyue will shield you and your drink.
I don't know what she means by
A
that.
must for the well-mannered.
Let's go
If you'd
back
like to
and look
learn
for
the
Mage
proper etiquette.
Nicole. I gotta talk to Nicole, the mage.
The mage Nicole.
She's Nicole.
Nicole the mage. She's got the power of the mage.
So I'm not gonna get that. Wow. Wait, what is it?
Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
And now my parents are messaging me, letting me know that they have gotten to their hotel and got lost in Georgia. Yeah, both my parents are up in Georgia as well right now, but they're up in Kennesaw for specific reasons that I'm not gonna go into on stream because that's, you know, extra personal, private reasons that I don't want to like get into tonight. Thank you for joining. No worries. I was trying to as best I could like stay on. Oh, Jeebus. I was trying to at least like help out with like the watch hours because like you were saying that like you got it, but then as soon as you said that and you had to also keep it up for a while, I tried making sure that I was gonna stay there and keep
So,
up
Mr. Varga,
having watch hour for
Are
you.
you acquainted with this Nicole? Or should I call her Mage N?
Not really.
But I guess it means now you
We've
gotta make
never
more
met,
content or
though
something
she
like
has come up
that.
in conversation.
I don't understand because I'm not
From
there
what
yet.
I've
I'm
gathered,
probably
Alice
not
kinda
gonna get
took
there.
Nicole under her wing.
Probably
Perhaps
not,
speak in
which
a
kind
more
of sucks. But
ladylike
oh shit!
fashion, that
But
kind of thing.
it is a thing. It is what it is.
Hard to imagine Alice as an etiquette coach.
And they've gone to the wrong
Yeah.
hotel.
Alice is a larger-than-life personality, I'll give you that. But then again, that's why she's able to draw such an eclectic mix of people into her inner circle.
Yeah, Varka, are you please dead? I need to know, Varka, because you look like you would, you know.
If I remember correctly, being an interesting person is actually one of her main entry requirements. So, if you ever wanted to join the Hexenzirkel, I'm sure you'd both be eligible to apply.
Sure.
Don't go around making promises on Alice's behalf.
I wouldn't
I
dare.
could do it.
I'm just trying to paint a picture of the Hexenzirkel for you.
To hassle with these our YouTube changes.
Anyway,
Yeah, it is.
something
And
she's
thank you
wearing
for
will
the
give it away?
heart stuff. I still don't
Like,
understand what the
a
hearts
wind
do, you
wound into
know?
her chest or something.
Like, I'm not sure what the hearts do at
Alice
all.
never said Nicole was from Mondstadt.
Oh, true.
That would
But
be
yeah, I don't understand the whole
this young
hour
lady,
stuff
then?
specifically, but I do know you have to have like a special amount of watch hours to be able to get to the supers and whatnot. But now that you have the supers active, or going to get the supers
You
active,
miss Nicole?
all your streams now are gonna have the ability for people to
Varka.
make payments
Night
that
of
way,
Glorious
and
of
it'd
the
be a
Knights of
lot
Phobos.
nicer, I think.
Alice might have mentioned me
Oh,
before.
it boosts the channel. I guess it boosts it to, in the algorithm then.
If we got the wrong person?
When I shook my head, I meant, no, Alice hasn't mentioned you before.
What?
Where is this voice coming from?
My apologies. For certain reasons, I am unable to speak. This is the only way I can communicate with
What
you.
is she talking about?
It might take some getting used to, but I hope you can understand.
Is she speaking in
It's
telepathy?
fine. I'm more shocked by the fact that Alice never speaks about me.
Okay, so it boosts the you boost the stream
for
into
you
the
two,
okay.
We
That
have
makes
crossed
sense.
paths twice before, but it is nonetheless a pleasure to finally meet you.
It's really you! Thanks for all your guidance in the past.
You're quite welcome.
Adventure.
This time, things are different.
Like I said, my parents
We
are
have
both up
reached
in
the
Kennesaw, and
unwritten
they're trying to
pages
find the
of the
hotel, but they
story.
lost the idea of where the hotel
Well
is.
then,
They're lost.
Allow me to formally
It's
introduce
almost
myself.
like, you know, you
My
don't
name
just
is-
figure it out. Nicole! The unprecedented master sculptor, the immortal literary giant, if only they'd write, and a silent angel, yet also the orator. The instant they utter a word, etc. In summary, to remain silent is to be the observer of the world. The world!
No, stop! Alice!
God
I
dang it.
can't believe it!
Alice is doing weird things
I
again.
had a whole speech prepared. I'd agonized over
No!
every single word.
She's gonna be. She's
Always
so
pick
upset
the
now.
worst moments to ruin other people's plans.
Alice, where
I'm
is
so
Alice?
Sorry about that.
Alice.
Alice took the
Oh,
liberty
gosh.
of devising some bespoke self-introduction magic for each member of the Hexenzirkel.
That's
But I
nice.
could have sworn I deleted all of the triggering conditions for it. How did it bypass
Because she set it
everything?
back up again.
Gosh, this is so embarrassing.
This
She's
is a
so
very
embarrassing.
different side of Nicole than what we're used to. Is she not used to face-to-face interactions?
Probably not, Paimon.
Don't
Probably
worry
not.
about it.
Please go on, Miss Nicole. We'd love to hear what you have to say, or
Communicate with telepathy.
talking to this
Telepathy.
Will you all promise to forget that horrendous?
Oh, she wouldn't be able to hear it because she's a spirit right
Sorry.
now.
Embarrassing.
Angel?
Yes. My name is Nicole, and I am one of a very few angels who have retained both their preferred form their power.
Oh. Wait, when were angels a part of this? You know what? Dice roll fell off the table. What does she mean? That what?
Oh, I'm one of the few angels who have retained both their preferred form and their power. I am an angel upon this earth.
Like what? What are we talking about? I am very confused on that. I just do not understand what she's talking about here. Why are we talking about angels? She does not look like she's pretty. She's pretty. She's gorgeous. Never mind. She might be an angel. She's pretty.
Traveler and
God
Paimon should be
dang.
no strangers to
God
this concept.
Dang.
There is another of our kind in Natlan. They call her
The Lord
the
of the
Lord of the Night.
Wait.
All right. Paimon remembers
Yes.
I'm so confused then.
Well,
The Lord of the
I
Knights
have
also an
retained
angel?
more of my power than she.
I have no
It's
idea
because
what
I
any of that
do
means.
have a long-term duty to fulfill. To be more specific,
Because
no.
our
We'll
God's
be
not
here all
in
day
it
if I
is
get
not
into the
part of this game.
specifics.
It has a complete
Moving
different
on.
kind of like God
If I'm not
structure kind of a thing in
mistaken,
this game.
You
It's
are
very
here
not
because you
Christian.
wish
It's
to
very it's
learn
more
how
of the
one might
pagan
reach the
aspect, if you know
moon
what I mean.
beyond the
But like,
sky.
what do you
That's
mean
right.
angels?
Is that something you can give us any guidance on?
This is the first time this game has mentioned
Yes, I
angels,
do
by the
know a
way,
way.
from what I remember.
began with
And
the
I've played this
Hyperboreans,
game for the last,
who lived after the
5,
War of
6 years
Funerary
now, and
Flame.
this is the first time I know about angles. Just
Blank
the
looks.
angle, the right
Maybe I should
angle.
start
Maybe
with
it's
the
an
background of
acute
the
angle
war.
because she's a cutie.
Or maybe
Could be
not.
an obtuse angle.
shouldn't be
I
an
don't
issue.
know.
I'll fill in the gaps for you when we have more time. Anyway,
It's going on
after
angles.
that war ended, the three
Angle.
moons retreated to beyond the false sky. The
The false
Hyperboreans
sky.
were humans I once aided. They accepted the civilization and creations bestowed upon them by the angels.
There's too
But
much.
despite accepting many blessings of the angels, many among them still held on to their faith in the moons. They were even after the War of Funerary Flame.
Okay.
But all three had passed.
This mage has a unique method of communicating. Is she talking about the moons?
Yes, but they did not know.
Oh, because
And
because
so, still they
Columbina
prayed
can't
for the
hear
moon
her.
goddess's
She's speaking to
mercy.
those four
After
right there with
building
like through
titanic
mental
structures that
connection or something like
consumed
that, like
vast amounts
telepathy.
of Kuvaki,
But because
at last
Columbina
they
is a
glimpsed
spirit
the
at the moment,
moons
is like
and heard their
a spirit
voices.
disappearing from the world
of
right now.
course,
She apparently
they were
can't hear
gravely
anything she's
disappointed.
saying, so
For it was then that they
she's just left
realized
out of loop. And trying
the
to
three
figure out
moon
how to
goddesses
save her
were
too is
dead.
gonna kind of suck.
It is. Humanity was in a very sorry state at that time. The angels who had once aided them were gone, and the War of Funerary Flames had left them homeless and destitute.
Homeless and
Just a
destitution.
second, I gotta ask. How relevant is all this history to the task at hand?
It
Well,
doesn't. What?
I
No,
mean, it's
seems we've drifted into irrelevant narrative
It
waters.
seems
Yeah,
we've
very
drifted
much so,
into
because you're
irrelevant
talking about
narrative
yourself
waters.
and the experiences that you've had and your people and how. What are we supposed to do? You're talking about yourself, your history, and the people that you were with all the point in time, and the history that doesn't matter any single bit to the story that we need to be dealing with. Nicole, get your shiz together, please. I want to know what to
while
do.
since I've had the chance to speak inside someone's head. As soon as I got started, I lost control, and the words just flowed out like a waterfall.
It's been a while since I've had the chance to speak inside someone's head.
Okay. I get it.
You want to communicate because you don't talk to people very much. I don't either, but I don't lose my shit and tell everybody my whole life history, Nicole. I'm just saying.
What I'm trying to say is, right, yes, that's it.
The relevant part.
part is the ritual created by the Hyperboreans.
The Hyper Bowl?
The fact
Super
that they
Bowl?
bypassed the false sky and saw the true moon.
Hyperboreans.
The Edbolians? The Hyper
The
Beamers?
outside world.
The BMW
Which
drivers?
means, with enough Kuvaki and a sufficient
I have no idea.
connection, it
But
should-
there's something!
Okay. So, they built some kind of portal?
Okay, I know about the portal. The portal.
Oh.
The portal we've already
yes.
seen, and we've already
portal.
used the portal in this
Yes.
game, which was kind of crazy. It was like a portal between different moons and like a different universe through the moons or something like that, which was kind of weird. And we had to have another character, one of the villains, technically come in and save the day and get us out of the portal that we went into, because we had to go and save somebody else and bring somebody else back, and then another person had to save us so we didn't get trapped in there, and then they nearly died and we nearly died and everyone nearly died in that portal, and now we gotta try to figure out how to get through another portal so we can save another character and probably all die again or get nearly dead again. What is with portals and death? I don't want to even think about it anymore. That's why I think that the sci-fi technology of portals and teleporters are just crazy. Well, technically, portal like a wormhole portal kind of a thing would make sense. Would be kind of fun and be easy and wouldn't kill you. But if you think about how teleporters work, there's a running theory that a teleporter doesn't actually teleport you. It teleports a copy of you and just vaporizes the original copy of you. So technically, if you get into a teleporter and you get teleported to another point in the world, technically that's not you anymore. It remains all the memories that you've had, but it's just now a identical copy. But the thing is, nobody knows when it comes to that theoretical point or whatever, is if technically teleporters did work, and it did work like that, where it zapped and destroyed the body and then put out a new copy of the body, does it also copy the soul? So are you still you? Do you actually do you copy over that way? Or is you just dead? I don't want to know. I'm not going to get into a teleporter.
Something wrong? You sound...
I just
Scientifically, I don't like the
summarize it
idea.
So well. It turns out I could have said all that in one word, if only I'd managed to think of it.
No, please, it's fine. This is invaluable knowledge.
I actually have a question.
I'll be sure to record
What were the games
and
tomorrow?
preserve everything in writing.
Oh, really?
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Well,
Where is
in
it? Where
that
is it?
case, I suppose I could backtrack and add some more detail. I did gloss over a
Oh,
few
yeah,
things
alright.
so far.
Who are you
Whoa,
wanting to
time
win
out.
this weekend? Like,
Let's summarize
who
what we
you got this
first.
weekend, dude? I never got to ask on your stream earlier. Who you got winning this weekend in the divisional round? Bills, Broncos, Niners, Seahawks, Texans, Patriots, and Rams, Bears. I'm finding it kind of interesting. Like tomorrow, I would think the Broncos might have a good shot at winning against the Bills, but the Bills are kind of excited that, Chiefs aren't here, so it might be a slight bit of an upset, but I think the Bills might actually beat the Broncos tomorrow, which would be kind of interesting. I like Big Cock Brock Purdy, but Donald and them Seahawks are looking pretty tasty, so I'm probably going to go with like the Seahawks winning that game. So far I got Bills, Seahawks, and then as much as I love Frosty, I don't want her Patriots to win. And even though Nico Collins is not playing for the Texans because he's going to be in concussion protocol, I'm pretty much going to go with the Texans winning because the Texans have a much tougher, much stronger defense than the Patriots does have. I'm thinking the Strouds will come back and I think might get the win over the Patriots on Sunday. So it would be Bills, Texans in the AFC Championship game, and then Rams Bears, I think, is going to be the most interesting game of the weekend because both teams could be in the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I think the Bears have a good offense and a great defense, and the Rams have just a really, really good defense and pretty good special teams unit. So I'm kind of interested in seeing which one of them would win. I'm thinking on the Sunday night game, I'm thinking that I'm gonna go with the Rams, but I would not be mad at Bear Down. I'm not gonna be mad if Bear Down gets in there. I'm not gonna be mad. Got Denver or Bills, like Seahawks over Niners, like Chi-Town over Rams, and Houston over New England. See, that's what I mean. That's not a bad pick. Denver versus Bills, though. Why do you have it Denver or Bills? Are you just like not really caring too much about Denver or the Bills getting past the divisional round? Like you don't mind either way? Because everyone else, or is that just you messed up and it's Denver over Bills? I just gotta make clear real quick. Because I do agree, like I would want the Bears to beat the Rams. And I just do think the Hawks and the Texans are slightly better than the Niners and the Patriots. Even though the Texans are not going to have Nico Collins at wide receiver. That's a game that I'm going to be interested in. Like I said, love defensive teams this year in the playoffs. Yeah, the defensive teams are looking good this year. Like 100%.
The Hyperboreans were the last ones to use this method, right?
Which
So we
I
somehow
think
need
it's
to
still.
find
I
whatever
really do think it's
structure
going to be
they
more
built and
on
make
the
sure there's enough
defensive side of the
Kuvaki to
ball this year
power it up.
again.
Luckily, we have the moon marrow of both the eternal and iridescent moons, so we're all good for Kuvaki. Which means the key issue we need to focus on is finding the place. Am I right so far?
Yes. Although, I expect that said, what if we could take advantage of the
Now,
phantoms to travel back to a time
At that
when
point,
it
then
still
it's going to be
existed?
Denver,
Travel
Houston,
back isn't quite
and then
accurate.
Hawks,
It's more like we'd
Bears.
be creating a handshake between
If that
two
goes
points
on
in
like that,
space-time. We wouldn't even have to pick a time when it still existed.
I don't know. I think
It
I
could
would
just be a
rather
time when it still appeared in phantom form via
Broncos get
projection.
in
Or
to the
we
Super
could
Bowl,
project
and
our
then
own phantoms,
I think
fold them together
at that point, God, I probably would go with Seahawks just
You look
because.
lost. Was that too hard to follow?
Houston would be interesting in the Super Bowl because they've never been to the Super Bowl, let alone won it.
All right.
Uh,
Let me think about how to put this more
I
simply.
think the I think the Bears are also in the same boat. I can't
Over the
remember.
next few days, I'll search for phantoms
Have the Bears
that we
been
can
to the
use.
Super Bowl? I think
Once I
no. Yeah,
find
they
one that
have.
meets the
Yep, they have,
criteria,
and they've won
I'll
already.
let you know,
85
and we'll
Bears.
regroup.
Stupid.
By completing
85
certain
Bears. I
rituals,
forgot they went to the
specific
Super Bowl.
individuals will be able to enter
The Texans
phantom
have
and
not
make
been
it
to the Super Bowl,
Hyperborean
so it
sector.
would make sense that they.
If everything checks out,
So
and
it
looks
would make
feasible,
sense to root
we'll
for them
just
to get
need
in the
wait
Super
for
Bowl,
Moon Prayer Night, and we can send the
which would
moon
be
goddess back home.
interesting.
I'm really
The Hawks
standing
have
on
been to the
detail
Super Bowl.
here.
The Patriots, the
Is this
Bills,
making
and the
any
Rams
sense
have been to
at
the Super
all?
Bowl, as well as Chicago.
think so.
It's just the
For
Texans.
now, we'll just wait to hear from you.
So the Texans would be an
Yes.
interesting team to get in, I think.
Basically,
Then,
yes.
Great.
but can
Counting on
they?
you. In the meantime, we'll
I
focus on
do
finding the moon
like the
goddess's name.
Broncos more, but
Name?
Texans getting in would be kind of interesting.
Looking for a way to stop me from disappearing?
Excuse me, Miss...
Go on, Miss Nicole.
This conversation was a little all over the place.
I am Lauma of the Frost Moon Scions.
Ah, I did wonder.
Texans or Chicago
I
or
noticed that you listened
Seattle
very
Texans.
intently when I spoke about Hyperborea and the moon's history.
That's
If
interesting.
you'd be interested, I'd love to visit you. This
What are the
evening and
colors
do
of
it
this
down
year's
in
Super
greater
Bowl
detail.
again?
Also,
If you know what I
if you were
mean, you know what I
serious about
mean.
making a record, it would
Super
be too
Bowl
risky to simply write down the raw details as is.
2026.
I would suggest some tweaks. Maybe rewrite the stories as fairy tales or fables, perhaps even prayers. Anyway,
Pofo? No,
we can cross
logo.
that bridge when we come
I
to it.
want the logo.
So, see you later.
Login? No,
Oh, and
logo.
no need to prepare anything. Just a cup of tea will do.
I get your tinfoil hats. It's
She
conspiracy
seems
time.
Friendly.
If the red yarn is
It's just-
to be believed, then there is correlation between the colors of Super Bowl logo and each
so
year.
nice to find someone who's actually willing to listen.
There is some evidence to back it up. Super Bowl LVI featured an orange and yellow logo. Same featured the Cincinnati Bengals facing Los Angeles Rams. The one orange team and a yellow team. Next, Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs, a green team and a red team, both 2 times is a coincidence. So you'd think just 2 years later the logo was green and red again, and when you know it, teams involved were Eagles and Chiefs again. Once means nothing, twice is a coincidence, but 3 times it's called a pattern. So the Super Bowl LX logo featuring variety of colors, USA Today made an effort to try to dissect which teams. The wildcard round has changed the game. Here's a new updated look at the Super Bowl logo conspiracy, which team will wind up playing for the Lombardi. Okay, so they just said F it and just like did all the colors of the rainbow basically, which is kind of interesting. It's got blue, pink, purple, yellow, red, and green in there. So it's got all the colors, all the primary colors, which is kind of interesting. The Super Bowl logo was revealed in February, with many fans speculating that it would be the Ravens versus Lions based on the color scheme. Neither of those teams even reached the playoffs. Which team will play in the Super Bowl? Originally, our expert colored analysis predicted the Super Bowl would feature the Buffalo Bills, red and blue, facing off against the Green Bay Packers, green and yellow. Thanks to Matt LaFleur's embarrassing second half against Chicago this past week, the Packers have been eliminated, so the theory must adjust accordingly. Los Angeles Rams and San Francisco 49ers are the only teams remaining with any yellow in their logo, meaning one of them must reach the Super Bowl. If the Rams make it, their blue and yellow color scheme would necessitate at least red from the AFC team in order to make the logo conspiracy work. The Bills, Patriots, Texans all feature red in their logos, but no one, not even the Denver Broncos, feature green. 49ers make it. The same issue is with the Rams, whereas the absence of green from the matchup. Okay, so technically, the conspiracy technically could still go on. Great. colors.
Now Paimon gets why Alice told us to mind our heads.
What did I tell you? A lot of quirky people in Alice's orbit.
And you slept with her, so shut
The
up,
next order of business
Varka.
is, where do we start looking for the moon goddess's name?
But apparently it's not going to work out anymore because of the fact that,
Maybe
you know...
the rest of what Nicole has to say might give us some
Not all the
clues.
colors are gonna be there.
Once I've heard her out,
Which
I'll
kind of
summarize
sucks,
the
but
salient
hey,
points
at
and
least the
share them
conspiracy
with
theory
you.
can be shut down for
I'm
at least
also
one Super
inclined
Bowl.
to review our other documents. Yes, our faith
Kind of.
was first established by our Hyperborean ancestors.
Hyper
but many of
Borealis.
the more factually accurate records are from after Kutar's birth.
I have a hunch that Fatui might know something
Sounds
too.
like we're gonna follow Columbina's journey through Devat, huh? In that case,
Nice!
we'll start by heading to the Frost Moon Enclave.
Sounds like a plan. Take this with you. I'll see
Take
about
what
getting in
with
touch
me?
the Fatui.
What are you
It'll
giving
probably
me,
just be our
Varka? Are you
Lacuna's
giving me your
syndrome
hand in
again.
marriage? I want to
They're
know.
the only
What are we
ones who
doing?
want to help.
Thank you, Mr.
Don't mention it. Honestly, I'm more comfortable dealing with the Fatui than prying into the details of a young lady's childhood. Catch you later.
Base? I'd rather deal with criminal organization than deal with trying to find out more about a young girl. That's pretty... Okay, I think that's pretty base then, yeah. Deal with the criminals. Don't want to get into that. The second part. Don't want to do
I
that.
should follow them, just in case there's some way that I can help.
Yeah, follow us, Columbia. We have the way to go.
Actually, where the fuck am I going again?
I have no idea.
There's a chest, though.
I need it.
There's a freaking elephant, rhino, bird, emerald guy thing with a tail axe or some stuff. Can I have this? I don't know who you are. I don't know what you are. But you're charging in with a horn. So you're definitely oh, it's Animo.
Anima.
Ow! Okay, you're a bit quicker than I thought.
Shower me with praise. This one's got your name on it. This ha! Propagate. Illusion shattered.
What is it doing to us? Okay, what is that? I'm very, very confused.
Hey there. Yoo-hoo.
I have no idea what that special is on us. It's not bleed. I am not really sure. Ow, stop touching me with your horn. I don't like the way it feels up my bunghole. That's not very nice. Please stop. Oh, I got stuck.
No.
Umbrella warfare, I guess. Come on.
Go down. Leave me alone for a minute. Why are you not working? It takes like 20 minutes.
Freaking work. We gotta take it out now. Thank you. Goodbye. I don't know what the fuck you are, but yeah, you know you had to die.
Let's pack it up.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what the hell that was, but I gotta look it up. It's some rhinoceros bish. And it put like a spell on me.
And now you'll die.
I don't know why I'm thinking of this song from, what was it? Not Halloween Town, that's the completely... Hocus Pocus, there we go. Hocus Pocus! Damn it. I was thinking about the song from Hocus Pocus for a minute there, and I was just like, oh,
Oh boy. Hocus pocus.
that's where the child is dying. Yeah, okay, we gotta go up that way. Okay, that's the place we're going to. Lovely. Can we go... Can we just go fast? Damn it.
I wanna go fast.
A while ago, I took the time to organize all documents in our possession that pertain to Kutar. What you see here is the material I consider reliable.
Okay, so what is that gonna do with anything?
You're saying there's unreliable material too?
Let's take a step back for a minute here. Okay. When you're looking at ancient history and you're looking at a, let's say a deity for a moment there, because technically Kutar is a deity for the Frostmoon Scions. She is a goddess, and they technically worship / pray to her. Start right there. When you're looking for text and information about said creationist or a god or goddess or whatever historical figure, you're gonna get both reliable sources of information and unreliable sources of information. For great example, there's a lot of information that we have about, say, Jesus Christ. A lot of reliable information about who he was, how he lived, and where he lived, and whatnot. But there's also a whole bunch of information that is completely unreliable and completely fake news. Information that either we can't verify, that doesn't match up to other verifiable information, whatnot. So I would understand a character that's apparently like 500 to like 2,000 years old approximately. I can't remember how old she's supposed to be. Text and material about the character being unreliable would be a thing. Like a lot of it would be unreliable. Another thing, if we go to like an anime that I really like, which is the freerun anime, the freerun / anime / manga. When they talk about Frome, the human mage who basically brought magic to humanity, like 1,000 years ago in the show's time. Guess what? A lot of the text and textbooks that she apparently wrote were all unreliable, fake material that were written by other people in explaining her as a person was wrong because they were written by other people who didn't know her and were getting unreliable information from other sources and putting it in a book saying, this is who this person is, this is the writing of this person, these are their spells, and they're usually wrong. And you go into it, and freerun is always saying that every single book you find about Frome is wrong and fake because none of her books survived, and she would know, and then she'd be able to tell that those books are wrong. They're unreliable material. That happens all the time, not just in fiction, but also in real life. Like I said with Jesus, when it comes to Alexander the Great, when it comes to thinking about, God, I'm drawing a blank on bringing out ancient names right now, which is really stupid. Say like King Tut or something, even though it's more really hard to find like that information. Or like the stories of Gilgamesh, There's a lot of unreliable fake material out there that aren't correct and aren't going to explain it correctly. There's going to be a lot more limited information, and what she's saying is like, this is what I could find that should be reliable. I would not doubt that the amount of reliable material that they are able to find about Columbina's true name, or her in general, is going to be like a tiny little box worth compared to a sea of information, which is generally how it's looked upon.
Yes. Most of the information we have was transmitted through an oral tradition. Inevitably,
there you go.
Some of her stories were mythologized and deified over the years through countless retellings. That's why I organized them into reliable and
That's
unreliable.
also another good part, because a lot of it is oral tradition and mythologized. So there you like right there. That's what I was kind of getting at. Not everything that you're going to be getting is going to be like actual factual information or like, reliable sourced. When it comes to oral tradition, when it comes to stories and mythologized events and again stories, there's a lot of times where people are just going to go out of their way and just like expand greatly and just like vividly detail things in a way that aren't true. Let's go with that. Like some of the stories of, say, Heracles. When you look at it, did Heracles actually exist? Probably not. I don't think so. It's more mythology than anything. Could the person have existed? Yeah. But it's also the same thing with Alexander the Great. There's a lot of stories about Alexander the Great that are not true. That are just not true. That we thought were true, but weren't. Because they were mythologized. They were like expanded upon and like told great stories of, and just like, what is the word, embellished some of it. And that's probably what happened in a lot of the oral tradition and some of the newer writings. When they started writing down the oral traditions of the character, they probably like embellished a lot of it too, which would then make that unreliable.
There's no sense seeking answers in history unless we can ensure the veracity of the
Exactly,
historical record.
Lama.
Makes sense. All right, let's take a look through.
Clear and concise would be one way to describe the writing style of this historical records, but you could just as easily describe them as terse and dry. Oh god, that is very true as well. And since Nama already knows the material like the back of her hand, the quest to find any new information in these texts is tough going.
Almost all these records refer to Kotar instead of Columbina. Although neither of those is her real name.
Yeah, well, that's the same
I'm
thing.
not sure what
That's
point she's trying
that's the
to
same
make.
thing when it comes to Jesus Christ. We in all the texts that we have of him, about him, it's at least in the English language, when it comes to here in America, at least here I can say a lot of it is talking about him being called Jesus Christ, and that probably wasn't his name. Like how his actual name is, because it was interpreted from other texts. And that would be the same thing right there, that they refer to her as Kutar, or instead of Columbina, because Kutar is the goddess name that they basically gave to her to pray to. Which is why they would be using a lot of it in the ancient texts as Kutar instead of Columbina, and when Columbina is kind of like the newer name, and still not the original name.
What we can gather from these records.
I don't need to be
is
doing
that the
this.
Frost Moon
I'm
Scions
gonna go.
worshipped
It's gonna just go
her as a
autism mode
god,
and just
placing
talk about
impossible
freaking history
expectations
and
upon her.
context of historical events and characters and whatnot. I don't need to do
I
that.
cannot fault
I
them
don't
for
need
their
to do
earnest
that right
faith,
now.
but
Do
for all
not
their
and do not need to go into religion
devotion,
either. I
worshiping
do
her
not
day
stay
in,
away
day
from
out
religion. I need to
changed
stay
nothing.
away. Where is Gary when I need a punching bag? Alright, have a good night with your wife. I don't know if you're gonna be watching or streaming any of the games tomorrow. I'm probably gonna watch some of the games. I'm probably not gonna stream any of the games, but I'm probably gonna be like, if anything, streaming anything I want to, like a game myself, but not one of the football games tomorrow. I might just stream a video game. But oh no. But I'm probably gonna do at least a video. I have a video that I kind of have to record at some point tonight / tomorrow, for the sports channel, which is gonna happen. I got a video for it. It's talking about the Dolphins, so there's that.
Kentucky Dolphins, you know.
But either way, have a good night, Jorge. I'll talk to you soon, and
I
hopefully
imagine that none of
Hopefully.
it resonated with Columbina.
everything will be good. And plus, hopefully, you have a good night with your wife.
It wouldn't surprise me if, even back then, she had already begun to reject the name Kutar and everything it represented.
Probably because it wasn't her
Mama
name.
speaks the truth. When I heard them call upon Kutar with hope and expectation in their voices, they may as well have.
Yeah, because that
become
wasn't her
somebody
name. That
else.
was a name given to her. You're organizing this text. What criteria did you use?
Well, that's a bit complicated.
That is a good
I
question.
looked at the level of detail, perceived authenticity, prose style, and how realistic their portrayal of Kutar seemed to be.
Okay, that can't. Okay, that would check out, but can also. That can also become an unreliable source then. Oh no! That can also be unreliable. I looked at the level of detail, perceived authenticity, prose style, and how realistic their portrayal is. Level of detail, that's always good to have a level of detail, but then again, embellishing the details could also be a bad part of level of detail. Perceived authenticity, that's also questionable, and prose style. Again, a lot of it is just is kind of hard to go into about that, how accurate most of that could be. But then again, she probably would be able to, one, go through the level of detail and be able to go with that. So I'm just gonna like say that all that is gonna be fine.
Amongst the Frost Moon scions of today, only I know of her existence, and I alone have spoken to her face to face. As such, I know that there are certain things she simply would never do. That being said, I have
That's
sensed
also
some
very true.
changes in her lately.
Changes? Seems like this is getting us nowhere. For what it's worth, why don't we check the unreliable sources too?
That is actually a good thing. I was actually gonna mention that. Don't just check the reliable sources. Always check. Always check the unreliable sources, because you never know that those unreliable sources might actually be reliable too. You might have overlooked something in them and maybe saw one little bit of detail, like the name Kutar not being there as being a source of unreliability. That could be a very big thing right there. But I have to do some real good, because apparently my Switch turned off. Which would make sense. Let me put that back up and running. Because my cousin is playing on the Switch downstairs and is on a server that I am running. So, yeah. Go into that real quick.
Sure.
Sure, give me a moment. But it would be a great thing to go through the actual unreliable information as well, because you could find out more information that way too.
Exerting but a fraction of her divine might, Kutar sheared a great mass from the snow-capped mountain and cast it into the sea, upon whose surface shone the mirror image of the moon. Thus was formed the island of Hisi. Yeah, right. That doesn't even begin to pass a sniff. The 3 moons are not but lies through and through. Only one moon has ever shone for us, and Kutar is her name.
We've heard something like this before in Natlan.
The vast majority of ancient texts are filled with fanciful tales
Yep.
like these.
Yep.
I trust you understand my criteria a little better now.
But that's not wrong to believe in the fanciful. It's not. The vast majority of ancient texts are filled with fanciful tales like these. But that's not wrong, though. That is accurate. Like, to a T, that the fanciful tales are embellishments of possible real events. That's why, like, when you look at, like, the tales of Gilgamesh, you know, that, for example, one is one of the first, you know, actual tall tale, like, one of the first actual tall tales, mythological tales and whatnot. And it could possibly have some lies and truth. Like the stories of Heracles, that also could be tales of truth. There's a lot of tales out there, a lot of fanciful tales from ancient history that could actually have some truth to them, and that's why you can't just brush them off as just like fake news.
Kutar did not speak, merely gazing into the distance in silence. And where her gaze landed, this was her prophecy. Clearly, whoever wrote this text never even met Kutar. Otherwise, they'd know that her eyes are always closed.
What about you, traveler? What are you reading? Come on, let Paimon see. The child wished to build a wooden nest with which to shield a fledgling bird from the cold. But being so young and lacking in strength, the child could not snap the branches from the trees. Kutar was passing by. Upon seeing the child, she summoned forth a Kuhenki, who built a beautiful nest for the child.
I remember that.
Not knowing the meaning of Kutar's divine intervention, the child dared not to respond, and thus ran home to call their parents. But Kutar was gone.
Interesting.
The Moon declared the event a miracle and took the nest as a relic, placing it on high for all to see. The child was named as one favored by the goddess, and was greatly respected amongst the people. Yet, no further miracles were bestowed, and this matter was forgotten.
Okay, that's
in but a
interesting.
Huh. Any thoughts after reading that? Yeah. Palomina probably just wanted to join the kid in making nests.
Ah. I'd originally considered this a fabrication, because Kutar, but now that I think about it, it does seem like something.
She didn't know how other people would interpret her actions. She was probably worried about making things difficult for people.
Yes.
Oh.
She likes people. She's adorable.
And now, I can make no such gestures of warmth, even if I want to.
Still no name.
Still no
That's
name.
a bit of a shame.
It is a
But
bit of a
We
shame.
did learn some interesting stories. That's gotta count for something. Barca said he was gonna set up a meeting with Arlecchino and Sandrone, right?
That's gonna be
Let's
fun.
smash it down and see how he's doing.
That's gonna be fun. I don't know if I want to do that right now, though, because that would be very, very fun. Okay, we have some of that, which is fine. I did not have anything like that, but though we have those ready to go, which is kind of interesting. Again, it's more just chilling and just like being part of the stream and just like having fun. Though the one thing I'm probably gonna do is like, I know it's okay. I should probably like hang out and play more, but like I'm having that feeling of exhaustion come over me, you know, that hard tired feeling. It's been stressful today. So if anything, I might just, you know, close down for the night. Like a bit early, because I do need to do a couple things and before I go to bed, so plus, I gotta get up kind of early to do some things in the morning, and then hopefully come back and stream around like 1 o'clock, so I can have like an early morning stream and go for a couple hours. Like an early, you know, after lunch kind of a stream, instead of like going with my normal like 7 o'clock and on streams. I'd like to do that more often, you know. But I can't do that right now. I can't yet. But I am violently tired at the moment. No, it'll be really, really interesting to just go off on tangents and rants about like history and whatnot and like science and stuff. It'll be fun. But it's just such an eclectic knowledge of stupid things that, you know, just come out at random because of like events and stories and games and whatnot, that it'd be way too hard for me to actually start making any kind of content like that. And plus, there are already better channels that can do that, have better production, better values, and, you know, just do it and just have better time speaking and not going off on tangents. So I probably will not do that. I'll probably like keep all that as a mid gaming stream kind of a thing where it just comes out. Or if I start doing the drunk stream again, which I don't think I'm gonna do. Like, I'm kind of happy to be away from that, but if I do bring it back, it would be kind of interesting to start up what I was gonna start, which was drunk science facts. And just like post like a whole clip of like, every single week of just drunk science facts and whatnot, which would be kind of fun. Which is something I used to do in the beginning of the streams and whatnot. But the beginning of the Saturday night drunk streams would just be like telling those kind of fun facts and stuff about science and whatnot that just come out sounding absolutely insane while you're intoxicated. I could probably go back if I can find some of them and just like go over them again. Clip those parts and like post them up.
Which again, it would be fun.
But that's if I ever did decide to get back into that. I have all of the Everclear to do it, but at that point, I think if I were to get back into doing that again, I'm probably not gonna do Everclear anymore because it wrecks the body.
But you
I'm sorry, but you do not have any commissions for you today. Yeah, I'm not even there just yet. Catherine, please.
Add Astra at
What else can I get?
Alright, dispatch characters. I've not done that in a little bit. So I do need to look at... I need rocks. Foul. Mara. Do I need... What do I need, actually? Now that I think about it. I don't think I need money. I think I have enough money, but what about rocks? Do I need rocks? Where are my rocks? Oh, there are my rocks. I could probably use some more white iron chunk. I've not been using them. I've been saving them. Not including these. I've been saving everything. So I could probably grab some white iron chunk. If I could. So there's that. There's also food items. How much chicken do I got? Okay, I have... Where are the ingredients?
Where is it?
Here they are. Okay. I could use some more fish. What are the chicken legs? Where's the chicken? Oh, chicken drums. Okay, I got 5. I got a whole bunch of monster stock. I don't need to do monster stock anymore either. I'm just hoarding stuff right now. I'm not using it.
Add Astra Abyssal.
Actually, I didn't look at my money.
Where's the money features again?
Not in the shop. It's never in the shop. Where is my money at? It's not here. Where is my money at? I always forget where to look for the money. I just go here and just go like this real quick. Shit. Okay, 2.5 million more. Okay, 2.5 million more. That's fine. Okay, I'm about to fucking say. Okay, so Catherine, we need to do something. I need to dispatch characters because I've been needing to do that since the update decided, you know, we can't have that anymore. Let's put dispatch time consumed. Okay, we can go with that one. I think I'm just gonna go with like more because I'm gonna be using those again at some point. All right, let's go to Liwa. I could have more of that. I do not need any more Matsutake. Go in Azuma. I could just go Mora. I could go with that one too. That would not be bad. Natlin's got meat though. Yeah, none of my characters are gonna be able to do that. So go with the meat. Not Nod Cry. Yehoda, give me some money. She's gonna do great in that. All right, and then I should just go for one more. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Just more money. More.
More money. I want more money.
Oh, that's right. I also gotta do that too. What am I thinking? Gonna go to Serena Teapot and go to talk to.
Oh, the pot man's here.
The pot man's here.
The pot man's here. The pot man's here, but I need to talk to Tubby.
This realm is true.
Trust rank. That goes up. Everyone raises their trust, which does nothing that I can see. Realm Depot. I have new things in here, which I do not care for. Great furnishings. Oh, that's right. I did do all that. Obtain all. Should be good for that, which I can do. Again, it's not gonna really matter. None of this matters. I found that out. That it's not gonna matter. Most of it doesn't even freaking matter. Around Depot. Right, I still have 13,000 of that, which that. Moa. Grab some of that. And then grab all that. Grab all that. And then just wait. And just wait. Again, don't care about the fabric. Everything else is kind of important. I also have 40 of those. That doesn't matter anymore. Most of this doesn't matter. I don't really do much with the seeds. And to be very fair, most of this, again, I don't really care about. But I got everything I needed, and then I can just come back to the pot and get that at some point. But the thing is, I might have been really stupid on. I might not be able to come over the chubby over here and actually get any more dogs. But then again, Razor's taking care of all the dogs and the foxes over here anyway. So, like, what's going on, Chubby?
The one before you is known as Jade Seeker.
What do you have for sale today? All the cats and all the dogs. Thank you, Chubby.
I want all of them. Give me every single one. I want them.
Give them to me. Please and thank you. I'm glad to take them. Because I'm just going to put them somewhere else again anyways. Got that one. Got that one. Got a BP1.
I'm taking my goddamn time.
Yeah, okay, so everything here should be the normal setup, and all that's all the same, like usual. I do not have anything. I did not pay for it. Did not do Schnai again. Wasn't the Gnostic again on this one. Extra Dust of Enlightenment, extra 5 Fragile Resins, and a new name card, which is not gonna really freaking matter. But then again, it's not like I'm going to be able to get there in time anyways. Let me see. Okay, 45. Again, people get mad when they see, like, I got 45 resins and a free resin. And a transient. And then they get mad. It's funny. It's kind of funny. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got 5 Dust and Enlightenments that just don't like it. I got 2 Sanctifying, which is going to be good.
Really
If I
wanna go
save
traveling?
it.
I don't mind.
I need
Here
more,
we
but
go.
I need to save it. No, not what I'm looking
As
for.
long
Not
as
what I'm
I
looking
have my
for.
friend
Not what I'm
just
looking
wait.
for. So I forgot what I needed to do. Yeah. It was one of the artifact sets that I really needed to work on. I forgot which character needed that specific one. At some point, when I'm mentally aware enough to be able to figure it out again, I might have been Fiorina. Yeah, because I'm trying to switch over to the Ocean Hued. That's right, yeah. Because they have... That one's the one with HP. That was the healing bonus. But I can't get rid of that one. Which one was it? I think... No, I think this one was the font was fine. I think it was getting the Gladiator and then the Golden Knight's Bustle. I think it was those two I was trying to, like, replace with the right Ocean Hued, but... They're freaking bad. That one's energy. Actually, no, that one's not too bad. But it takes away from the HP and goes back to energy recharge, crit rate, and HP plus. And then that one's the one with HP 22. I'm gonna have to figure it out. That one's that one. I did need to find a better Ocean Hued. Actually, that wouldn't be too bad. Not be too bad. That one would be bad. That one would be very, very bad. That one's not very worth it. But it would drop the HP set, which would drop the healing rate. But it would give hydro damage bonus, which would be good. I've been saving for a while, so... Alright, that's not bad then. It's got H. Okay, so. Because that's that one for Barbara if I ever work on Barbara. But technically, that's the one that I made out of the Golden Knights Bustle, which could go to another character. Increase elemental skill damage by 20%. But this one has the Hydro damage bonus with a crit damage and crit rate. That one's got elemental mastery plus HP. But I kind of would need that for a specific Hydro attack style character, so that'd be fine. Let's boost crit rate and crit damage. But as much as it would drop the HP stat, like that having a Hydro damage bonus as well as the crit damage and crit rate would also make her a lot better when it comes to actually being usable in a fight as well. Plus, it would give me an extra bit of... But elemental skill damage by 20% is good as well. Plus, it's got elemental mastery and energy recharge rate. This takes away that. That's what I mean. I gotta get it going. But I could probably do one of these and get like a good set out of it. Because like I do have HP on that one. This one would be energy recharge with HP plus 598 and plus 5.8%, which is not as enough as that, but would have crit damage 10%, which would be fine. And this one would be. It's just this one has attack stats. I compare because I was on the Gladiator, but the Gladiator also had 1,000 extra HP, crit damage. The Calorie could be used for another one, which would be good. It's not that great. It's just not as great because the Longing has an extra 1,000 HP. Plus crit damage and elemental mastery on there, while that one doesn't, which I could try making another Eon, you know, which would be kind of good, but I would be wasting. Five more days for that. Artifact Transmuter. Which again, you gotta wait for 38 more days before you can actually do it. So it would be the sands, but it would cost 2. HP, defense elemental energy recharge, HP. That's the other one, which I do have a pretty decent one. Again, HP percentage would be really, really cool for it. But that Hydro damage bonus is really freaking insane. But I would want to make sure I have HP and HP percentage. Just because it would also be really good. Because I'd be going away from it. And I probably wanted like HP percentage and then like do a crit rate factor maybe? Hang on, let me double check how she's looking right now. But I don't think I have enough to be able to do that one anyways. Crit rate, crit damage, healing bonus. Alright, she's got 26. Which energy recharge rate, which I could boost that. I could also go like this too. like I said, if I find a better one, because that's HP energy recharge, that one's got HP, and crit damage, which is what I would want. Or, you know, that one's got HP, but attack, and attack, which would be better for attack stat. She's on this one right now, which is an attack stat, but it has HP and energy recharge, which would be great, but reshape it a little bit. I would rather take away from one than the other. Actually, fuck yeah. That's actually what I would... Yeah. Yeah. It takes energy recharge down by a little bit, but boosts HP up a little bit more, as well as boost the small bit of HP stat as well, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. That was good. Unless I had an Ocean Pearl, which had the healing bonus stat to it, I'm probably going to keep this one. Let's see, what about reshaping on this one? Again, it's probably going to take 2. Alright, crit rate went down though, but HP stat went up and boosted. Attack bonus also went up, which is pretty fine. Her attack stat is pretty bad, so boosting HP and attack stat is fine. Crit rate did go down, but that's also fine. I can kind of overcome that with one of my other ones that I have. Like, say, the Gladiator's Longing, like I said. I kind of need another one, because I have, like, 2. I have the Hydro Damage, which has crit rate and crit damage, which technically, with what I did, I could probably take that one off real quick, which would still do really good with the max HP, but I could also, if I do, not that one, but I think, not that one, I think it was, I went from this one to that one, the Hydro Damage bonus, that crit rate and crit damage stat would probably be really, really good. And we'll boost her when it comes to attacking, but also drop her HP stat a little bit, which should be fine, I think. That should help boost the crit damage, but not really the crit rate. Energy recharge has gone down a little bit. Healing bonus is still at 50, but the bonus for damage is going to be really good, because then it's going to make her little buddies actually do something pretty good as well. I'm gonna waste it. I'm gonna waste it. Watch this. It's gonna waste. Okay, so crit damage goes up, defense goes down, crit rate goes up a little bit, and HP stat goes up a little bit. That's fine. The damage goes down, but crit rate goes up by just a little bit. Crit damage also goes up by a little bit. HP goes up by a little bit, by about 30. So it's fine. I'm already going to utilize it, so it's going to actually be a slight benefit. So that's 3 pieces of those. Stay with the golden true right there. And then go with the different sands. Because I got 3 pieces already set up. If I go with the different sands, it's energy recharge. Because that one's got crit damage and HP. That one's bad. It's just there. Some of them aren't really that great right now. I don't know what they fucking mean by that. Train your training diaper. I'm not really sure what they mean by that. Gladiator's longing. But like I said, it's mostly because it's got HP stat, crit damage stat. That one's got crit damage but energy recharge, and this one's got okay. So if anything, do like beat up and get rid of like sand, the sands, and hope for a good one. Yeah, like go with HP percentage. I'm gonna go HP, and then I think crit rate is probably the right one to go with at that point. I would think. But what about her attack and attack stat and attack? Attack. The information on attack percentage. Yeah, no physical. Okay, yeah, no, it's not gonna matter on that. Probably if anything, crit rate. Her crit rate is really, really low right now. So like, again, trying to maximize her setup right now is just ridiculous as a free-to-play, as a mostly free-to-play player. HP, HP, and then go crit rate. Define. Alright. Alright, HP, crit rate, attack. I know that's fine. That's gonna work out for what I need, technically. It will be a better one than what we already have, I would say. Like, it's going to be a lot better one if I can get it to enhance correctly. Which is the other one, the energy recharge one. Alright, and then I need... Let's not do that. Let's do... Shit. Let's check that one out. Alright. The cowering has about the same on that. Less... less... Oh, I need to fix that. But... It's got a better attack stat. 16.3% compared to 5.3. And the crit rate is 5.4, which is going to drop the crit damage, but... to be more beneficial for me, even though I like that HP stat on it. But it's gonna put her with a set heals character in a party. When the character is equipping this artifact, set heals a character in the party. A sea-dyed foam will appear for 3 seconds, accumulating the amount of HP recovered from healing, including overflow. Time into the duration, the sea-dyed foam will explode, dealing damage to nearby opponents based on 90% of the accumulated healing. This damage is calculated similarly to the reactions such as electrocharge and semi, which... Okay, so it also does extra things, but... What matters is I wasted all that material, and shit. And it's probably gonna absolutely do not a goddamn thing for me. Like, not a great thing for me, I mean. Let's be fucking real. Is Fiorina now... Oh, not what I wanted to do. Because now technically she's going to be a little bit better in that aspect of, you know... Like, the HP stat's going to be lower, the attack stat's going to be higher, defense and elemental mastery is probably going to be not as good. But the crit rate and crit damage are going to be a little bit better. But she's going to have still a good healing bonus, incoming healing bonus. And now she's going to have also hydro damage and the benefits of the Ocean Hued Clam, which is going to be good. Again, could I make this set better? Always. If I had the ability to, I would, but I can't, so I'm not going to. Also, if I would have her normal weapon, it would be also really, really cool. And if I could get some of these. Be awesome. Being an idiot. Being an absolute idiot is what I am doing. Trying to like set her set up a little bit better on Ocean Hued by just a little bit, that had a little bit of benefit of what I'm using her for, which is basically wasting all of my freaking stuff. But it's gonna be worth it. In the long run, I think it's gonna be worth it. She's probably not gonna be doing as great as heals as she was before, but now she'll be able to heal and do damage a bit more efficiently than she was doing beforehand, which is kind of important, because I can't just have her just go on and off field too much. I gotta have a little bit sub-DPS kind of thing going in there while also being supporty. You know? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Can I buy something today? I got 60, 40... Oh, I do need milk. I thought I needed milk, but I did need milk. Okay. I need milk. Tomato, potato, I'll get all that I don't need. I think I got everything that I needed. All I gotta do is just continue on with the story at some point, which I kind of don't want to do tonight because I already know the story is going to be long and winded and annoying and won't let me stop for a minute there because it does that, especially the new Luna 4 set of Archon Quest. I think there's like 2 new chapters or something like that. And it's like 6 hours of non-skippable stuff, and you can't stop. I'm not excited for. I'm not. What is this? That is extremely fertile. No. All I know is I think I'm also gonna go for the night because I'm freaking getting more and more tired as I go. I'm needing to go that way and do the story quest, but I don't want to go and do the story quest thing right now specifically, because if I do, I'm never going to be done for the night. I'm going to be here for an extra couple hours, and I don't want to, because I got to do a lot of driving tomorrow. In the morning, at least. Hopefully, I can come back around 1 o'clock and do some more of this, specifically tomorrow, and continue the Archon Quest stuff, so I can get past all that stuff and get to the other things you can do with this game. Tomorrow, hopefully. That's the plan. That's the plan. But now I have to go pee. I have to walk my doge. And then I gotta shower and go to bed. So I can then get up early on a Saturday to go and do things and do running around in traffic against people who don't know how to drive in a car that I really do not want to get into an accident with, because I know the insurance company will total it out because they cannot get parts for a right-hand drive JDM import. Those bastards. So with that, thank you for watching. If you like, leave a like. If you dislike, leave a dislike. Want to see more, subscribe. All that nonsense and bullshit. I'm gonna go because I got a lot I gotta do tomorrow. But I should be back after 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully tomorrow. Will I have a shaved face? Will I be in a dress? I don't fucking know. But we'll be back. And then hopefully Sunday morning we have a coffee stream with some Pokemon, because I'm so far behind on playing Pokemon Legends EA. I'm telling you what. Goodbye.